なっちゃえばいいすりむいた心に蓋をしたんだ
Alright guys, it's 3 in the morning and I just got back from a party and I actually felt like narrating a Wi-Fi battle today. However, because it's 3 in the morning, I have to be a little quiet in order to let my parents as well as my brother sleep. Even though I am on the first floor of my house, they can still hear me sometimes from the second floor and they get annoyed. However, I still wanted to give you guys a narrated battle, and that's what I plan to do. So let's get started. I started with a Crobat, they started with a Clefable. Now, Clefables are usually very bulky, so I know that it's going to be able to take whatever attack I use, so I just decided to go for Super Fang to pretty much cripple half of its hit points. And usually Clefables like to go for Cosmic Powers to boost their defenses, which is also part of the reason why I chose to go for Super Fang. Now, this opponent I should have said earlier, but I'm all over the place right now. After all, it is 3 in the morning. But, oh man, I already forgot what I was about to say. And I'm not starting this narration over. Oh, forget it. Let's just go from where we are now. So, I hit it with Super Fang, and that's going to do, of course, half of its hit points of damage, and it ends up going for Double Edge. Now, Double Edge is going to do a decent amount of damage due to stab and probably the fact that that thing is raised in attack, and thanks to Magic Guard, it's not going to take any recoil damage whatsoever. This narration's probably going to suck, but who cares. So anyway, now that it's down to about half its life, and it did not Cosmic Power, I know that a Brave Bird is going to be able to take that Clefable out. And the opponent does take a while to decide on his moves. I don't know if that was because of his connection or what. I think that was what I was gonna say, but who cares. Man, I drift off a lot in my narrations now. I gotta really start focusing on the battles. And I just froze again, not knowing what I was gonna say. Oh man, I was having too much fun at that party. But anyway, that doesn't matter anymore. So I'm gonna go for a Brave Bird on the Clefable, because I know that's gonna be able to take it out, especially after a Super Fang. So I hit it with Brave Bird, that's gonna take the Clefable out, and that's one less Pokemon to worry about. I take damage from recoil, but I still have a sliver of hit points left, which makes it, again I just blanked out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the Clefable's gone, Crobat's still alive, that's the point. So, the next Pokemon they're going to send in after they make me wait for another 5 minutes is their Bronzong. Now, Bronzongs are usually a threat to my Pokemon team, at least this pass, because this team mainly focuses on speed. There's no strategy whatsoever on this pass. This pass is just made so that I can outspeed my opponents and pretty much get rid of them. So anyway, I'm gonna go for a Super Fang because I thought that that Bronzong was actually just gonna Psychic or Gyro Ball or something to get rid of my Crobat. However, this Bronzong went for Trick Room. So now his Pokemon are gonna be able to move first. I don't know why he used Bronzong second. I would have actually started with that first, considering how slow Clefable can be sometimes. So I'm predicting an attack now, so I'm gonna save my Crobat for later and go into Snorlax. This is a Choice Banded Snorlax. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but he's gonna go for a Gyro Ball, and that's going to do about 1/4 of damage to my Snorlax. I keep wanting to say Munchlax because Munchlax is usually the Pokemon I use, but I decided to go with Snorlax, considering Munchlax did not exist in the 3rd generation, and the Snorlax has Mega Kick. So anyway, I'm going to switch out into Crobat, predicting the explosion. Now, since Snorlax is bulky, I know that he's probably going to explode, which is exactly what he does, but since I saved Crobat, and it was already weak to start, I decided to just sacrifice it and make him lose a Pokemon for no reason. So, thanks to a smart play by me, he lost his Bronzong and I lost nothing serious. Just a Crobat that was down to its last, who knows, hit points. So I'm going to go into Golduck now, and he's going to go into his final Pokemon, which is a Tyranitar. Now, Tyranitar I know normally wouldn't be able to take me out with a normal attack, unless of course the attack was super effective. Maybe Thunderbolt might be able to take out my Golduck. However, his Tyranitar was not a special Tyranitar, it was a fully physical Tyranitar. And I decided to go for Cross Chop. He went for Crunch. Now, normally I would be able to survive a Crunch, however, I did not this time. He managed to completely wipe out my Golduck, which led me to believe that he was most likely Choice Banded. So, I have one Pokemon left, which is my Snorlax, but Snorlax should be able to take even a Banded Crunch, and because I believe it's Choice Banded, a Superpower should be enough to take it out and pretty much finish the battle. So I'm going to hit it with Superpower, somehow I'm faster, and that will take out the Tyranitar. Actually, I believe Trick Room was still set up, that's why I was faster. Yeah, Trick Room was still up, I believe. So anyway, Tyranitar is down, I win this battle, so that's pretty much it, guys. So I will see you next time. I know this narration sucked, but again, it's 3 in the morning and I just got back from a party, so leave me alone.